Hello, Brenda Hernandez. This is your friend Zico666 speaking, better known as Anthony. This is my open letter to you. The title of this video is America Hates People with Mental Illnesses. Or the political incorrect term is Die, crazy people, die. Once again, America hates people with mental illness. Die, crazy people, die. I just want to say publicly, I do not fear or hate mentally ill people. I feel sorry for them. God knows I do. I've seen how they get treated. Mentally ill people get treated worse than niggers. Yes, I am black, and I can say the word nigger. Or wetback. Or faggot. Or chalky, which is another word for white people. Because that's all that American people understand. Because we are our country of divisions. The poor divide from the rich, the black from the white, women from the male, and child from parent. That's what America's about, divisions. We have not yet had one leader that led us to a point of, in this part of my century, to a part of unification, resolving our issues. But anyway, this is my reply to your letter in video on YouTube for all to see who will see it and hear it. I tell you now the truth for many in America, well, the world, about people with mental illness, that we fear you and we hate you. I will use the terminology we because it simplifies things. If I say they, it would not be telling the truth. Even myself, I grew up being taught to fear crazy people. My mother couldn't help it. It was my family members who did it. But I'm not passing responsibility. I take responsibility for the things I've done. That's why I say we, because at one time I felt this way, but I do not feel that way anymore. But point one, there's no cure for mental illness. Medicine is only 30 to 50% effective. And even then, when the medicine is 50% effective, and 60%, if it succeeds, the medicine after 1 year, 2 years must be changed because the body becomes immune to the effects of the medicine. Therefore, many people who have been sick for 10, 20 years, 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, have to change up the medicine and switch it out to a newer form. Medicare and Medicaid, the problem with those two are do not pay for electric shock therapy. Once again, Jack Nicholson is a good actor. I love that movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest, but I stopped watching it in the 80s because electric shock therapy is not like that anymore. Once again, my brothers and sisters of Jesus Christ, or whatever religion, or people of goodwill anywhere, it is January the 3rd, 2015. We have advanced in Europe and Asia, even in Africa, in Middle Eastern countries. The government makes it mandatory in many of those countries to have electric shock therapy because electric shock therapy is 60 to 85, 90% effective. JAMA, NAMI, now National Alliance of Mental Illness, let me say this about them. They do not support, for many people I've talked to with NAMI, they do not support electric shock therapy. But once again, the information they have is from 20, 30 years ago. It's not current. That's why I disagree with them. And I don't respect them, and I don't like them. I never will. One of my friends called NAMI to get assistance. And they went ahead and they committed suicide because no one didn't answer their phones. And the only thing I'm saying is, if NAMI is supposed to be such a good organization, why don't they have their own suicide hotline? Many people would rather die and take their whole family members with them than call the hotline set up in the states like Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, New York State. And it's happened. We have seen it happen time and time again. But electric shock therapy is the way to go. But once again, it's about money. The government doesn't want to spend that money, even though the treatment is more effective. Part 2 of this, part 1A, that's part 1A. 1B is this. The Veterans Administration, the VA. We are both disabled soldiers who served in wartime, which is a distinction. Excuse me. Excuse me once again. But we serve with distinction, but yet the VA doesn't allow electric shock therapy either. They would rather the veterans have Schedule 2 narcotics. like Ativan and Xanax and some other junk, then let them have electric shock therapy or go to a hospital where they can receive better treatment. The VA system is strained and overused. Too many veterans. America's been at war for 10 years at Iraq. Then we went back in Iraq for another 10 years. Then we did 12 years in Afghanistan. Told in the past 44 years of my living, for 32 of those years we've been fighting war. We have millions of hurt soldiers and millions of soldiers with PTSD, schizophrenia, and other illnesses that I can't even name because I'm not a psychiatrist and I'm not a psychologist. I'm just an average person trying to live in the world and do right by my fellow man. But Brother Hernandez, the VA has failed many veterans. On the average now, they say 22 veterans a day are committing suicide. That is not the truth. It's more like 40 to 50. The government always underreports numbers. I dare anyone in any state to look at their state newspaper in the capital of their city, of every state. For example, you live in New York, look up the records of Albany and go throughout that state and Google VA suicides and see how many suicides have been committed on a day in your area in the past year. It would add up more than 22 a day. In Atlanta, in the state of Georgia, the city, capital city is Atlanta. Go to Atlanta Journal-Constitution, look it up. It will come out more than that a day. Veterans of PTSD. I've seen a man who could not even sleep with his own wife because he suffers so badly. Every time he wakes up, he wants to strangle her because he thinks he's in Afghanistan or Iraq. He served 5 tours in Iraq and 5 tours in Afghanistan. We should have never allowed our soldiers to serve that long in wartime. That was inhumane and unkind of us. Point 2. The justice system is unfair for people with mental illness. Now people cannot plead guilty by innocence by guilty of reasonable insanity. Now they can plead guilty by reasonable insanity. Many states have done that. Once again, the justice system is not fair because, Brother Hernandez, once you get locked up, because if you commit a crime, you get locked up because most people with mental illness don't have any money. They can't afford their own private attorneys. Therefore, they go to jail, and once in jail, you get medicine from the 1880s and the 1860s. The medicine you get at Walmart for $3 because the medicine's been out for 50 or more years. But Brother Hernandez, you take a designer drug called Invega Santina. It costs $800 a shot in the last 30 days. That medicine is usually 75% effective. It's almost because ECT. I'm not a pharmaceutical person, but doing a makeup from Invega to Invega Santina just make up a 10% difference in the medicine, made it more effective by 25%. When you go to jail, you will be denied that medicine, even though a doctor has ordered it for you. Is that fair? Is that fair that once you go to jail, Brother Hernandez, if you kill your roommate, you'll be charged with another charge? But they should have never had him in the room with you from the get-go because you were mentally insane. You had spent 4 or 5 of your years, and now you're 44 years old like I am. You have spent 4 or 5 years in mental institutions. How dare someone say that you're not insane, mentally ill? How dare they say that? That is not true. What normal person spends 4 or 5 years of their life in a mental institution? Who has the nerve to say that you're not mentally ill? Over 60 doctors, veterans doctors, and other people have said, you see and hear voices, see things aren't there, talk to dead people. What normal person does that? No, I would never accept that. And 3, the reason why America hates you, Brother Hernandez, and they want you to die. They hate you, they fear you, they want you dead. And because you're a waste of taxpayer money. But for the first 2 points, you can't be cured. And a lot of mentally ill people go to jail. So now we hate you and we fear you. And they want you dead. This is the only time I'm going to say the word they because it's not for me. I respect people who are mentally ill. Especially their veterans who served during wartime. I respect those people and honor them. I love my fellow brothers in the military who have served with distinction and honor. But many of you people come back depressed because the government won't give you the proper treatment that you need to survive. I say if you cannot get the treatment here, then leave and go to the UK, Japan, or any other country where that treatment is available for half the cost. This year, 2015, Ecuador was found to be the more beneficial place to retire to. I say that if that's the case, if you can't afford living in America anymore, move to Ecuador. In the United States, ECT treatment costs $1,000 a serving. In Ecuador, $100 or $200. Isn't that a big difference? But once again, if anyone kills himself, Brother William Hernandez, if anyone kills himself, Brother Hernandez, I cannot blame them because children are taught to be afraid of people with mental illness. People with mental illness are treated worse than niggers. Yes, I am black, and I can say the word nigger if I want to, because I'm a grown-ass man. I dare anyone to stop me. It's freedom of speech. Boneheads. I would rather, the next time I see if the DNA testing gets better, and I'm helping people work with the genome DNA project, if it gets better, we'll be able to tell which babies have this genetic defect and which ones don't. If a woman walks up to me 10 years from now and wants me to pinpoint what makes a person crazy or insane or mentally ill, whatever you want to call it, if that woman said to me, my baby's going to be mentally ill, and she said, I need $350 for abortion, I don't believe in abortion, Brother Hernandez, but for that situation, I'd gladly give her the money. I would sell my house, my car, to give her $350 to provide them an abortion. It better that baby not be born at all. I don't care what Pope Francis has to say. Yes, I'm a Catholic with Anglican leanings, but I don't care what Pope Francis has to say. These people are not wanted. If they're not killed now, they would be killed as an adult. Which one's more humaner? Which one's the main thing to do? Would I knowingly let my son be born into a world where he would be isolated, feared, hated? It's already rough enough being black or Mexican or Hispanic or Asian in America or a sand nigger, someone from the Middle East. That we call people in the Middle East sand niggers, Brother Hernandez. But what's the worst point about this? We let that person become mature, self-aware. Then they become sick. At the age of 25, usually when the brain matures, that's when the first signs of mental illness come on. Some come on as teenagers, but usually most it's not until they're young adults when they have their first episode, and then we end up killing them anyway. If St. Francis of Assisi has taught me anything, it's to have compassion for my fellow man. I'd rather that baby be aborted than never be born. It will save the taxpayers a lot of money, and that would be the most cost-effective saving. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for this, Brother Hernandez. I tell you, that is the honest God truth. I could not lie to you, my fellow military brother. We were in Bravo 510 in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Never forget how cold it was out there. We were out there in bivouacs. It got in the negative 15, 16 degrees. It was so cold. I just remembered that I've suffered permanent nerve damage in my eyes. And now when it's cold, I can tell when it's cold when I step outside the door because my eye will start to tear up. But yes, because it was so cold at that time, I suffered nerve damage. Brother Hernandez, I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart that I'm unable to assist you this time. But as you know, I have problems just like you have problems. Many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. The government takes projects for stupid auroras. And Brother Hernandez, you know what aurora is? Aurora is our next type of spacecraft. It is vehicles that are not talked about. A vehicle can travel at Mach 8, Mach 10. Supposedly, if the SR-72 flew at a rate of 50,000 miles per hour or something like that, or whatever speed it was supposed to fly, then the auroras can fly faster than that. And the Black Book projects that the CIA are carrying out in other countries to stop these wars or destroy our country. We need to care more about American people. America for American people. I'm not saying this as a racist. I'm saying this, the Americans should take care of American people. Who cares about Ebola in Africa? We have people starving right here in America, homeless people. Once again, there's 40 to 60 million homeless people in America who are mentally ill and they can't get the treatment they deserve. When they go crazy, start killing people, the first thing someone goes, give them the death chair, kill them. But as a Christian, I cannot say that any longer. I do not agree with that view. Bert Hernandez, I wish you good luck, good speed, and God bless. I'm sorry that I'm able to help you. It brings tears to my eyes. But I leave this message up for as long as they're YouTube so that other people can see on January 3rd, 2015 that I was a compassionate person. I feel sorry for you. I know what's going to happen next, but I cannot say. But only God knows the true way. Good luck, Brother Hernandez, and goodbye.